I went on Google and searched the best male physiques and got a whole host of pictures of celebrities and pretty jacked guys. But it made me wonder, is there a darker side to this? Studies are showing that anabolic steroid use amongst men is on the rise, fueled by social media expectations and pressure. And I want to ask if young men are being sold a dream that they can never truly achieve. Having been in the fitness coaching business for a number of years, something that I have started to see more and more frequently is men who are using anabolic steroids use their own physique as their main form of marketing on their content. Now, I'm not trying to say that these men haven't worked incredibly hard on their journeys, or that if you take anabolic steroids that you will instantly be in amazing shape. However, when you put your body at the front and center of your marketing, you are essentially using your own physique as a selling point. And if you're using anabolic steroids to achieve the way that you look, to me that comes across as incredibly disingenuous and potentially borderline fraudulent. Now, to me, that is no different than turning up to buy a car that you thought had low mileage, only to arrive and find out that that wasn't actually the case. What you see is not what you get. Now, I want to be clear here. I am all for and very supportive of men getting into great shape. Having been through a transformation myself, I was previously out of shape. I wanted to get in shape for a number of years. I saw firsthand how changing my body, changing the way that I looked, taking care of my own health and fitness had such a massive impact on so many different areas of my life other than just what I saw in the mirror. So I'm not trying to say that men shouldn't be in good shape, men shouldn't work on themselves, men shouldn't go to the gym, or they shouldn't want to build muscle, because I fully support all of those things. However, I very much remember many cases of looking back at photos of physiques that I thought I would really love to look like that person. However, with the gift of hindsight, I can now look back and say that those physiques were never ever going to be achievable for me. And it wasn't because of genetics, it wasn't because of my work ethic, it wasn't because that I wasn't prepared to go to the gym or to train as hard as these men, but the reality was that the people that I was seeing in these pictures were using performance enhancing drugs to achieve a body that they were posting pictures of but not being upfront with in their content. So someone like me that did not know any better would see these pictures and think, wow, that's amazing, I would love to look like this, but actually it would never ever be something that I would be able to achieve unless I was to follow the same routine as them. And that doesn't mean eating the same meals. It doesn't mean going to the gym, doing the same workouts or the program that they sell, because I could do exactly the same thing as them, the same number of reps, the same weight, the same workout, everything. However, without the use of those anabolic steroids, I would not be able to achieve the physique that they have got. And that for me is a problem when you're using your body as marketing, because a lot of men will see you and they will think, I want to look like you. They are not being sold on your approach, your program. They're being sold on your body. So if that's not something that's actually possible for them, for me, that's where this then becomes a really big problem. Now, I want to be clear, I do not care at all what anyone chooses to put inside their own body. If you want to use anabolic steroids to progress your own transformation further, then that is not something that upsets me in the slightest. However, when you as a fitness influencer or as a coach, someone who is selling their services, uses your own body as your business card, however, you are not being honest about the way that you got there, that as an industry is a point where we most certainly need to do better. And on top of that, we also need to be honest with people about the side effects that can come into play when you make a decision to use these drugs. These screenshots from the NHS website show potential effects of anabolic steroids in men can include reduced sperm count, infertility, shrunken testicles, erectile dysfunction, hair loss, breast development, increased risk of prostate cancer, severe acne and stomach pain. And in addition to that, it can also increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, liver or kidney problems, high blood pressure, blood clots, fluid retention, and high cholesterol. Physiological effects can also include aggressive behavior, mood swings, paranoia, manic behavior, and hallucinations and delusions. So we can conclude that these are not drugs that should just be taken lightly. And I think the problem we have is that the fitness industry is so difficult to regulate. But as a community, we have to do better in encouraging and pressuring people to talk about their own drug use when they're using their physiques to sell their coaching programs. That way, the young men that see and watch that content can make up their own mind and do their own research as to whether or not that is a path that they want to follow, without blindly coming into your plan, your world, thinking that they can look like you when that is just never going to be the case. And if we continue on this same path, all that I think is going to happen is we are going to have a generation of young men who are completely disillusioned with health and fitness. They feel disappointed and their mental health is impacted because they're working hard, they're pushing themselves. However, they've got this expectation of what they think they can achieve that is just never going to be the case. And this is a wider problem. It goes outside the fitness industry. I know of certain film stars in Hollywood films where they have been prohibited in interviews from answering questions about drug use when they're talking about their physiques and when they're in scenes topless and what was their plan, how did they look so good so quickly. So this is a wider problem, but certainly as an industry, the fitness space as a whole can do better to challenge people and encourage people to be more honest about what they're doing to look the way that they do, and not encourage other people to buy from them based on a physique that that individual would never be able to actually get to without also taking anabolic steroids. I'd love to know in the comments what you think is the right solution to this problem. Perhaps you don't even think it's a problem in the first place. Maybe you can let me know what you think should happen. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more content like this.